do you find who's a great power partner? How do you build with them to earn that trust?
A good power partner, I would say what I look for is direct connections with my clients. So, some of my clients finance, some of them have to buy property. There's certain aspects of our process where they're going to be touching other businesses outside of what I do, but it's a direct connection where my services kind of fall into those. So for me, that's what I look for.
You consider what's complementary to your career. So like 1031 exchanges, REF with water damage. I mean, like that's a great connection for me as a power partner. Dawn, with land, like I just listed 36 acres. Kim, I'll send referrals to Kim all the time, just like, can you check this, or someone needs help. So just people who complement. Hugh Lamb, obviously, with home loans. So you definitely can go in and easily see who kind of fits, who overlaps with you, but also just who's complementary. Sometimes it's like you refer business to each other. You're not like really in each other's business, but you're, so you figure that out once you get in, for sure, by doing the one-to-ones.
Yeah, I have to agree. And for me, the real estate connections,
Yeah.
the us and Avery and so forth.
Well, and
That's
you,
great.
like I connect with
But
everybody.
all through this room are vendors that I need to repair rental housing. And those vendors can actually provide me with referrals.
Referrals too.
Just by, I was at this lady's house and she was talking about her rental property and what a hassle that is. That's a referral from me. And it stays in people's minds, so it's been very beneficial for me over the years.
What is a power partner? Is that a term for something there?
Yeah, sort of. It's like
You're
the
my
real
power
estate
partner, we're
group.
both in contract. For all the, home service, things for flooring, plumbing, all that.
Same type of client that you
Yeah.
have. That's why you can actually refer.
Thank you.
See, and then so the other power partner I have are the financial people like in the Soban, because they have investors for clients, and there's a potential there for someone who wants to invest in property.
Just to show like the range of BNI, what is your guys' most random referral you've either referred to or gotten a referral from?
Most random.
Like somebody out of state, someone in a random business you didn't think would be able to refer back and forth with?
I'll take it on for just a moment because this one's funny. A BNI counselor, a psychologist sort of person called me because their client was in an uproar because they're being sued by the city of Sacramento for a house that had been vacant for years and was attracting vagrant people and so forth. They contacted me to handle it because they were out of the area.
I wouldn't say mine's like random, but maybe more of a didn't realize the impact, right? Like a GALT meeting that I visited, and the realtor in that chapter just kept my information. She happens to specialize in country properties, and so she's been able to refer business to me. And it's just that, one or two times that I visited the chapter that she's like, hey, I can help you. So it's just one of those things you don't realize who you're meeting and when you might talk to them again.
I don't know why this is coming to me. No, but I was like, random. It's funny because I feel like a lot of times the connections you make, you never know where they're going to go. So like there was a Mary Kay lady in my group, and I did a ton of business with her because she was always out meeting people. So if you think about it, like think of a Mary Kay person. They're always going to the houses. You know who I'm talking about, Cindy. They're always doing these presentations. They're always in other groups. Like she was just like a social butterfly. So she ended up being a really good resource for me. Does that make sense? Like
a hairdresser.
Kind of like a hairdresser. So like I did transactions with her. Like I sold her mom's house. I helped them buy a house. I helped them, like I had helped her several times. So she knew how I worked and whatnot. And so it ended up being like an interesting connection. So don't ever discount like, oh, that person does that. How could we ever overlap? You have to think outside of that. Like you're really trying to touch the people they know. That's the power of BNI. Your job is so that Linda knows really well what I do and who I service so that I get into her sphere. So when she's with her friends, family, and her business networks, when something comes up that seems like a good fit, like she's thinking of me. Does that make sense? So the Mary Kay lady ended up being a good random referral partner.
BNI Connect was mentioned. That's our software and mobile platform for BNI Global. And I got a referral from somebody in the UK who's a counterpart, does exactly what I do, but they needed somebody here in the US. It's my largest referral for a franchise. I have an NDA, so I can't say who it is, but it's probably 25 locations here in Northern California. And that was just from being in BNI and having my profile completely updated on BNI Connect. So it's just another random, you don't know where it's going to come from, it's another benefit of BNI.
I've gotten calls through Connect too.